Yes, children. So finally, we are understanding about the Napoleon, how he came to power. So once this, the Republic nation came down, Napoleon started his monarchy in France, and he started to expand his territory even in the neighboring countries also. Okay, and then he started with the new pattern that is called as a Code of Napoleon. So guys, this is very much important. Understand this very well. Okay, the Code of Napoleon. So that time what happened? He did away with all privileges based on birth. That is what the demand of the middle class people. Yes or no, children? So what they were demanding? They were demanding, that is, to abolish the privileges by birth. The clergy and the nobility people, they were getting the privileges by birth. So the third estate people were demanding demanding to abolish this privileges by birth that has been taken away, and established equality before the law. He established the equality before the law. That was the demand of the third estate people, and secured the right to property. This is very much important. So what happened? He gave the rights to the property. The people can own. If you are capable enough, then you can own your property. That is what the rule he has made, and exported to Dutch Republic, Switzerland, Germany, and Italy. So what happened? Even this, the expansion of his administration also started to expand. He exported, the things or the property, the things and other things to the other countries also. Okay, hope you guys understood, right? So by seeing all this, the measures of the Code of Napoleon, the people started to admire him. The people started to trust his administration. Okay, but later, since whatever the changes he is doing, he is a monarch. So this, let us see that the code of law. One, it is the abolishing the feudal system. So we know that the feudal system, step by step, the king will be there. He will lend the the place to the nobility people. Nobility people will give it to the vassals. Vassals will be giving to the peasants. So this kind of feudal system he abolished, and simplifying the administrative divisions. So he started to simplify this administrative divisions. Whatever the administrative activities, he started to simplify that. This is very much important, children, about the Napoleon. Just remember. And removing manorial dues. Whatever the manorial dues were there, he started to remove that, and removing guild restrictions. So whatever the restrictions were there on the people, that also has been removed, and improving transport and communication. He started to give more importance on the transport and communication. So of course, what happened? The trade and the industries will start expanding that. Yes or no? Yes. And the next thing, if we start seeing about the Napoleon's work in other regions. So we understood within the France. So he started to favor the people. He started to, whatever the changes he has been made was favoring to the middle class people. So it may be like abolition of the feudal system, right to the property, and then abolition of the what is, the equality before the law, restrictions has been removed, and improvement in the trade and the communication. So all these things, all these changes, the people started to believe his administration. Okay, later, Napoleon's work in other regions apart from the France, in other regions also, as I told you people, his administration started to expand. So let us see how it has been. Abolition of the feudal system in the Dutch Republic, Switzerland, Italy, and Germany. So as I told you people, what happened? The people started to welcome him with the wholeheartedly, because these are all the changes which has been made in France. Even the other country people were also expecting the same thing, because they were following the feudal system and the monarchy system. So to abolish this monarchy and to abolish and to have a equality among the people. Okay, so even the one more concept we have studied in your 9th standard, the expansion, the rise of socialism in Europe. So there what happened, the people are divided into 3 categories based on their ideology, children. Do you guys remember which is that 3 categories? Conservatives, liberals and radicals. Yes. So here what happens, the few people, even the conservatives were there, so their idea is not to go for the changes in the society. Suddenly the changes should not happen. Okay, by after seeing this French Revolution, they started to adopt for the changes, but even though that changes has to be very slow process. But the radicals and liberals, they were expecting the changes but not democratic. Okay, and then introduction of standardized weights and measures and a common national currency. This is what is very much important at that time because of the trading activities. Okay, so just take it as an example of India, children. So within India, if we are moving, so many states are there. If we are moving from one state to another state, for everything, just imagine Tamil Nadu has got a different currency, Karnataka has got a different currency, Andhra has got a different currency, the Telangana has a different. So what happens? Everywhere changing the currencies, and everywhere you have to pay the taxes. So what happens? That is very much difficult. So that is the reason he introduced the standardized weights and even the measures and a common national currency. Coming to the standardized weights and measures, what happened? Now it is a common. 1 kilo is like 1,000 grams. But earlier it was not like that. The measures and the weights, as for the particular country, they had their own measures and the weights. So it will be difficult for the the traders to trade with other countries. So that is the reason Napoleon made standardized weights and the measures. Okay, hope you guys are understanding, right? Not only within the France, even he started to, his work started to expand in the other regions also. Okay, and the next thing, yes, reaction towards Napoleon. So how people started to react towards the Napoleon's administration. See, welcome of French armies in Holland, Switzerland, and in cities like the Brussels, Mainz, Milan, and Warsaw. So I explained you people in the beginning also. The people were very happy. Other country people, they were the welcoming him with a wholeheartedly they were welcoming, because the changes which has been made in the France was influenced the other people of the country, the other part of Europe. So that is the reason they were welcoming the French army wholeheartedly. And later this turned into hostility. So as I explained you people, since whatever the changes he has made, he is a monarch. So that's the reason what happened. Whatever the welcoming the people gave, it was like a hostility. Beginning the changes were very good, but later even he started to introduce some new methods. See here what he has done. The first thing, he increased the taxation. So that is one of the the difficult task for the people. Yes or no? The paying the taxes, increase in the taxes, and then censorship. So what do you mean by censorship, children? Do you guys remember? Yes, it is the censorship is like a controlling the people. That means the people will not have right to share their ideas, right to share their thoughts, or whatever it may be. For example, you can't express your opinion towards a person. and even the press, newspapers, magazines, and the people cannot express their ideas. So he has introduced even the censorship, and forced conscription into the army was the cause. So finally, the increase in the taxes and introducing of this, again the censorship, and this, the force towards this army, all those things, what happened? Again, people started to feel that sophistication. Okay, so beginning, whatever the changes he has made was very good changes, the very beautiful changes he has done. The people were impressed by that. But later, very soon, his administration turned into hostility. So that started to, the people started to feel that sophistication in his administration. Okay, due to the censorship, due to the increase in the taxation, all those things. So later, what happened? Fall of Napoleon. So what happened? The fall of Napoleon. So people, again, because of his, the administration, or because of his introduction of this censorship, all those things made his administration to fall. That's the one thing. See here. The first point is retreat due to cold, bitter winter in Moscow. So in Moscow, finally, they started to retreat due to this cold, bitter winter in Moscow. And then alliance against France formed by Britain, Russia, Austria, and Prussia. So this is very much important. Britain, Russia, Austria, and Prussia. Okay, so finally what happened? The fall of Napoleon. The Napoleon retreats from Moscow in the year of 1813. So when it has happened, children? Yes, 1813. See, the next thing they are saying that Napoleon defeated in 1815 and Bourbon rule restored. So this is one of the important thing, the Bourbon rule. So the conservatives were there. As I told you, the people in Europe, the people who divided into three categories based on their ideologies, not based on their religion. Children, it's not based on their religion, it's based on their ideologies towards the society. Okay, so the conservatives were there, so they did not want any changes should happen in the society. So again, once this fall of Napoleon comes, the administration goes to the hands of conservatives. The conservatives will take the administration. So finally, they restored this monarchy. Bourbon rule has been restored, and Napoleon was exiled to Elba. So finally, this Napoleon administration came to an end. Okay. You guys are understanding, right? So these are all the very much important concept, children. So you have to understand about the French Revolution. Okay. And then how this French Revolution started to give an idea of nationalism to the entire Europe and other parts of the country, the world also. Okay. Any other doubts, you just let me know, children. Okay. So hope you guys understood about this concept. And in the next class, okay, let's see the one more concept, that is the Napoleons Second Try. So again, he had a second try, that is the Napoleon escaped from the Elba and ruled for 100 days. So finally what happened? His administration came to an end. He lost in the year of 1815 and they put him to Elba. But he escaped from the Elba and ruled again for the 100 days. And people welcomed the hero but not the dictator. So we have to understand. So he was, in the beginning only I told, he was a dictator, he was a monarch. So coming to the monarch, what happens? They'll not be very much favor to the society and form the constitution. So they started to frame the constitutions. So later fought few more battles, lost the battles of the Waterloo, was imprisoned and sent to the island of St. Helena. He died in the year of